Good morning all. My name is Desti Murnila Iya. I want to present my research proposal seminar forum with the title Increasing the Student Ability in Listening by Using Picture Dictation Strategy at the 10th grade SMA Negeri 1 Mandehe in 2019-2020. In the syllabus of curriculum 2013 that is used SMA Negeri 1 Mandehe in 2019-2020, particularly for the 10th grade states, the core competence is cultivating, decorating, and reasoning in the concrete realm and abstract realm relate to the development of what they learn in school independently and are able to use method according to scientific principles. Next, indicators. The indicator is students are able to arrange and cut oral and written text that involves descriptive text relate to the people, animals, place, and things. To achieve the target, the school has decided minimum competence criterion or MCC, especially the 10th grade was 68, which should be achieved by the student to be successful in English lesson. In fact, based on this observation is SMA Negeri 1 Mandehe, especially at the 10th grade, most of the students could not achieve the MCC. Next, these were caused by several identified problems, namely, the first is the students are not able to concentrate when they listen to sound related to describing place. The second is the students are lack vocabulary, especially in describing place. And the last is the students are not able to differentiate the sounds of describing place. Next, to overcome the problems above, the researchers want to apply picture dictation strategy that can be used by the teacher in teaching learning process. Next, here picture dictation strategy is strategy that is used by a teacher in teaching material to make the student active and comprehend the listening well. Next, concerning the explanation above, the researchers has conducted research entitled Increasing the Student Ability in Listening by Using Picture Dictation Strategy. Next, the definition of listening. According to Helgeson, 2003, page on 24, said listening is an active process, the purpose which is to make sense of what we hear. So, however, its process is to construct the meaning of utterance to understand the aim of what people say. When we have conversation, we listen to each other. Listener and speaker try to interact each other to get the meaning. Another, according to Ross, 1991, page 1, say that listening is an active process requiring participation on the part of the listener. So, the researchers can be conclude about definition of listening. Listening is a communication skill that constructs the student to understand, translate, and assess what they heard. So, have a good ability to listen can improve personal interaction like reducing problems, fostering understanding, and increasing cooperation. Next, here definition of picture dictation strategy. Picture dictation strategy is a combination of dictation and drawing a picture in which the student hear and reconstruct the whole text into a picture. According to Lauti, Teaching English Online, picture dictation is a low preparation fun activity that works well with large class, especially with young learners, 18. So our student here need is blank piece of paper, while all the teacher needs is a little bit of imagination. Next, procedure of picture dictation strategy. According to Siberman Melvin, 2005, on page 116, have procedure of picture dictation. The first is explain to the student what they are going to do a picture dictation. That you are going to describe a picture to them, and that all they have to do is simply listen and draw what they hear you describe. The second, you then describe a simple and easy to draw picture to them and they draw it. The third is, when you are describing the picture, it is best to describe one object at a time slowly and to repeat its description 2 or 3 times. The last is, make sure you give student enough time to finish drawing one object before you move into the next object and it is a good idea to work around and look at the student drawings as they are drawing them, so that you can see how well accordingly and give them any support they need. And according to British Council AIA 2006, on page 37, the procedure of picture dictation is, the first is get the student to color the picture in afterward colors dictation. And the second is, you can also get student to write a description of picture afterwards. The third is, the student then work in pairs. So one student describe their picture to their partner and their partner draws. And the last is, they then swap roles and afterwards they compare the picture they draw with the original drawings, pointing out the difference and usually having a giggle. So the researcher has modified in one way, and the researcher used the procedure below in teaching learning process. The first is, the researcher grade the student. Next, the researcher check the attendance list of the student. Third, the researcher decide a material to the student that is descriptive text. Next, the researchers explain definition of descriptive text. Next, the researcher divide the student into group. Next, the researcher get the student to color the picture in afterward as a color dictation. Next, the researcher gets students to write a description of the picture afterwards. Next, the researchers to give students a list of objects and get them to draw their own picture with all these objects in them. Next, The researcher choose one student to describe the picture and their partner draws it. And the last is the researcher took the conclusion correctly. Next, the action of the object research. The action of the researchers is conduct classroom action research to solve the student problem in listening, because the researchers want to increase the student ability in listening, especially at the 10th grade of SMA Negeri 1 Mandehe. Next, setting and subject of the research. The setting of the research is SMA Negeri 1 Mandehe, and the subject of this research at the 10th grade, especially class 10 IPs, consists of 27 students. Next, the implementation of the action. According to Ferenc, 2010, page on 9, the operational in classroom action research consists of 4 components. They are: the first is planning, the second action, the third is observation, and the last is reflection. Instrument of collecting data. The instrument of collecting data have 2 kinds: quantitative data and qualitative data. Qualitative data, here are observation sheet and file notes, while quantitative data is handicap. Well, that's all my presentation today. Thank you for your attention and see you.